Good morning, Rabbi Isai. Dear Rebelli, I'm not sure if you remember me. My name is Benji Leafman. This is Shimi Leafman's son. I've dipped in and out of the daf, but can proudly say I've not missed a single email in over 2 years. Baruch Hashem, I've recruited a couple of friends to join the daf and hope to continue getting the numbers up. My father got me the MDY tablet. It's a win-win, as now I can feher my father and keep him on his toes. P.S. The video with Ari Chaimowitz is super inspiring. Please can you share the full recipe for the shakes? See attached picture of the message on my phone from a friend in Gateshead that I managed to recruit. Wishing you and all the chebra, Ksiva, the Chasima Toiva, a great year of dafing. Benji Leafman, emails since 2022. Gevaldig bra, kara da'avua. But we hope that Benji actually joins the daf and stays with the daf. On Zoom yesterday, Rabbi Isai, very interesting. On the right side, you can see two people driving in ambulance. Levi Friedman and Sally Forking, both driving ambulances and both watching the sheer. So somebody said last night that they weren't watching, that they were just listening. But we had Sally live again on Zoom, and I asked him, and he said no, he was actually watching for the most part. Dear Rebelli, what? Guys, you know, every day of this week corresponds to the day of the year. So we're asking that today especially, you should be quiet during emails. You shouldn't have a shpa the whole year. Chas v'shalom, we're back. Last year, you can do tshuva. Benji, you can do tshuva for all these Mondays. This past Thursday, I made a siyum on Seder Kachim Mishnayos. This is part of what has become my lifelong journey to completing Shisha Sidrei Mishnah. He was in Levat Torah, and one of the Rabbeim nudged him to bid on, in Simchas Torah, and he said, "Why don't you just do Shisha Sidrei Mishnah?" I didn't realize, but I think it's 9.5 years later. It took him 9.5 years. He's completing the Shisha Sidrei Mishnah. During my siyum at Boca Raton Koilol, I acknowledged your shir for being such an inspirational part. The completion of Seder Kachim. I quoted your catchphrase, not about the Daf, it's about the Yomi, and how important it is to stay consistent. Even if you fall off, Hashem is always waiting for you to return and learn again. For all you know, that small motivation to learn can flourish into something as great as finishing Shas. I look forward to sitting on the live share someday and thank you in person for all that you do to myself and all of Klal Yisrael. May you be Zoicha, the year full of Simcha, Bracha, Yeshiva Das, Zman, so you can focus on Talmud Torah and continue great success and growth with MDY. Thank you. Amen. Before I forget, this is not a hint. This is the real deal. This is what a guy in the Hebrew shir comes over to me last night, and he gives me a kvittel. There's a lot of money in here. L'chvoid harav tzaddik Eli Stefansky shlita harasta lanu tachayim. You ruined our life. L'toiva. Natan lanu tagishmak v'akef l'limud. 85 daf. Chakukim alibenu b'zchutcha shakadosh baruch hu yidei lecha shefa ad blidai. Rabbi Isai, Noam Fix is accepting kfitlich on my behalf. I didn't know what to do. I can't take money. He was very upset. He's like, this is what we do. It's not if you don't give the money, it doesn't work. The bracha, I don't know what he was giving me a whole drasha. Chaim Meir Dushinsky in his family, Beitari Lit. We're doing a magbit. Anybody? You have to put the money in. Are you joking? Are you crazy? I gotta buy stuff for my wife. I need challah, fiance, sugar.
That's not sour though. She makes her own sour.
This is special. The guy says, you don't know the chassid. He was like, you don't know what you did to us. You don't know the whole family, my wife, the kids, they're all talking. It's all about the daf. He's going on and on and on. Okay? You Litvaks have no idea. I had no idea. Now I have an idea. And the good news is there's a bunch of Hasidim last night and they all looking. It's like, yeah, they're shaking their heads. I said, no. Okay. They say, yeah, he's right. Okay, he's right. So show me the money. He's right. Shkoyach. Binyomin Desau from West Boca and a proud Talmud of Rav Eli since Bava Kama Daf Nun Tes. Okay. Yehudit Dresner. I travel between Florida and Jersey every other week and end up davening in various different shuls based on when my flights are. Oh, Rabbi says, you remember I spoke about the koil chazar shashatz. So here he wants to recruit some people for the koil. I think I'm in a good position to recruit people for your new koil. I see many people learning during chazar shashatz. If you can maybe have someone create a small flyer about the koil, I can start to give them out. My question is, do you want the guys that are fully engrossed in their learning and don't hear anything around them at all? Or do you also want those who manage to mumble amen by each bracha? On a different note, I'd like to thank you for all that you do. It's not a joke what he's saying. He's saying, no, you understand what he's saying. What kind of guy are you? I recently joined this year and have not missed a day. I keep hearing about the Shabbaton and love to join. I've not heard much details about it other than some guy trying to book 30 rooms. Kids, after Yontif, it's going online. The way it's going to work, 1 or 2 days is going to go for all the people that were there last year. I gave them first rights. And then it's going to be open for the Olam if there's anything left. And right now, if you want to sponsor a room, you can do that also if you weren't there last year. That's what it's open for. Wishing you continue hatzlacha and Akiva Simcha Yehuda Dresner, Bava Basra, Daf Yud East Boca, another Boca guy. Well, the other guy was from. Here, I'll go back. West Boca. The other guy was from West Boca, and this guy's from East Boca. Wow, I didn't even notice. Home away from home, we're going to dedicated members. Mr. Freed, as a side note, Boca is much closer than Utah, than Bet Shemesh. So when you start looking, maybe take a look at South Florida. I'd be very happy to join this year in person instead of every day on my phone. Thank you. Rabbi Sai, the Parnassa Binyomin Rosenfeld for hatzlacha in business. Amen. Parnassa Masechta for the safe and speedy return of all the hostages. Parnassa Zechrya Ben Yosef. Parnassa myself, Dr. Moshe Tzvi Dauber, and Abba Renard for shleima and safe for speedy return of our Chayalim. Parnassa can't even get an amen from the Olam. Let's do this again. By myself, by Abba Renard, and Moshe Tzvi Dauber for the shleima and safe and speedy return of our Chayalim. Shkoyach. Matching Rebelli's donation, l'schut Chayalim for the month. Parnassa Binyomin Rosenfeld for all the zchusim that come from supporting limud HaTorah. Parnassa Kidnovations. In honor of my uncle Rebbitzen Pressman and Fishel, should be zechus for Akiva Simcha Ben Fayga, shidduch for Yehudit. And thank you to my wife. Should be zechus for a year filled with Mazel, Bracha, hatzlacha, Parnassa B'revach and Refuah. Parnassa leading Shmas פיגא מירל Bas Avram. Parnassa Sheldon and Dana Reich, in memory of Dana's father, Nochum ben Pinchas Halevi, and Sheldon's father, Noach ben Yehuda. May the neshamas have an aliyot. Parnassa Yomi. L'zech nishmas harav Avraham Nisano ben Rav shleima. It says over here, I'm reading what it says. The neshamot should have an aliyot. May the neshamot have aliyot. The neshama should have an aliyah. Yeah, okay, that's probably bad. All right, the month for zchus, for rebellion, the whole MDY staff to continue to make Torah so enjoyable for so many. Rabbi Isai, here's the question. Person is stuck in Pakistan, Erev Shabbos. He misses his flight. He wants to make kiddush. He goes to the store and he can't find any kedem grape juice or any wine. What should he do? How can he make kiddush? Anybody have a good eitzah? If you were here yesterday,
can he buy grapes?
Challah.
Can he buy grapes? And
yes.
Can he squeeze the grapes?
Yes. Oh, that's a very good one. That's the one I was looking for. What? Does it have a hechsher? Buy raisins, buy grapes, and squeeze them. Says Rav Nachman Seltzer, you can buy grapes and squeeze them. Is that true? Everybody agrees to him? With him? Now, I have another question. Can you make, is there a problem with making kiddush with grape juice? Can anybody think of a problem? Yeah, what?
It's not right for the Mizbeach.
It is. If you put it on the Mizbeach, it works. After b'diavad.
What does that have to do with it?
What?
You can only use something right from this.
That's what we're going to learn. Mamash, he learned it already, so he knows. Trust him when he says. Okay, so we're going to see there's a major problem with today's grape juices. It might not be such a problem. I don't know, but it seems like there's a big problem with it. No, that's not a problem. The amount of water, that's different. Okay, so to remind the Olam, we were holding over here, we were doing a Gishmaka Sugya, and that's if somebody puts the dredges, the lees, the what? The lees. The dregs. Oh, dregs. That's the whole word? I can do that. Lees. Takes the dregs and puts them in a bowl, and he pours on them 3 cups, bottles of water, 3 parts water, and out come 4. We said this is 100% wine, according to everybody, because that is actually the better mixture. The better mixture is 3 parts water, 1 part wine, and that's what happened. He put on 3 parts water, and out came 4. So that means 1 part is 100% wine. So this is a good mixture of wine. Now he said, what about if 3.5 come out? That's a machlokes. That's a machlokes. Do we view it as 2.5 and 1 whole wine? Or do we view it as 3 waters and a half a wine? And that half a wine is not strong enough. It's only 1 part. It's 1/6, 1/7, milabar, milagav, whatever you want to look at it, but it's not strong enough to be wine. Or perhaps no. Some of the water remained in the bowl up there and it pushed out a full bottle of wine. A full one of wine, and then it is good. Machlokes, right? So the key word over here is we have machlokes. Now we're holding on the bottom line of Tzadik Vav Amud Beis. You have a machlokes when a little bit more, you put 3 in, and out came 3.5. You have a machlokes with that? Shouldn't that be 100% wine according to everyone? I made a bracha. Zog the Gemara, mi pligi. Posnan. Hamesamin v'nosamayim b'mido. This is one thing I didn't say yesterday. Did I say this in English about the orange juice mix with the wine?
No.
What's the halacha if instead of water you put in a mixture of juice, of orange juice, apple juice, not water? What's the halacha then? Is it the same as the water mixture problem, or is it good like water, or is it not? So according to the Ramah, you would need a roy of wine. So you put in 1 cup of orange juice, you need 1 cup and a little bit more of wine. According to the Gra, there is no difference between water and orange juice, which I thought was a big chiddush. So, if you put in 3 bottles of water and out come 3.5, we have a machlokes as the Gemara mi pligi, but not. We learned Daf Tzadik Zayin Amud Aleph. Hamesamei v'nosam mayim b'mido umotza kidei midasai. So that's the first case I showed you, that if a person seeps the lees with water, he put in 3 and out came 3, potter. It's not chayiv in trumas ha'maisros. It's not wine, right? So that's what we learned. We learned that if 3 go in, 3 go out, it's potter. It's not wine. If you're Rabbi Yehuda mechayiv, we have a machlokes here. Rabbi Yehuda says it is wine, and you'd be chayiv in meiser. So the Gemara's medayik. What happened to our case of put in 3 and out came 3.5? All we're talking about, put in 3, out came 3. The whole machlokes where Rabbi Yehuda says, where Chachamim say it's not wine because it came out exactly the same that came in. But if 3.5 came out from 3 bottles of water, even Chachamim, the Tanakhama would hold that it's 100% wine. Says Gemara, no. There is a machlokes on 3.5. The reason why the whole argument is only on 3, The Rebbe Yehuda says a peladik chiddush. If I put in 3 bottles of water, and now came 3 on the bottom, I would say nothing happened. Whatever went in came out. Not even 1 drop of wine, really. Even in that case, Rebbe Yehuda says it's wine. It's wine. At the end of the day, maybe the water got stuck on top and it pushed out a bunch of wine. This, he asked the question that we just discussed, not knowing that it was already discussed. What happens when you put 3 bottles in and out come 3.5? That's what he means. The sediments have the flavor of wine. You added 3 and out came 3.5. You think that's wine? Here in Eretz Yisrael, I haven't seen it in a long time, but when I was a kid, it was very, very popular. This thing called petal. You buy like this giant, thing, a gallon, and it's very good for the kids' teeth. It's like all sugar. You pour in a little bit, and it tastes like cherry. You put it with the water and a little bit on the bottom. Anybody know about this stuff? In the Makala, they used to have like the whole Makala was just petal, and they also sold bread on the side. It was like, you know what I'm talking about? They still do it. Cola. Cola was the best. Once in a while they would come out with an unbelievable flavor cola. You can manage buy Coca-Cola. We made a cheshbon, like you get like 1,000 bottles of cola for the price of 1 gallon of petrol. Well, with adding the gas. Yes. Yeah, of course. Yeah. No, we had it. Back in the day, in the 80s. 70s. 70s still? Yeah. It's seltzer, then you add a little Coke. It was Kimat. Listen, it didn't taste any worse than that other brand that they had, Crystal. It was the same as Crystal. That's what they did. They went to the Makolet, bought the cola petal, and they added it. That's how Crystal made their thing. The green, that we never understood. What's in the green? Who was going to buy this green? Somebody take this guy out immediately. He said it's good. Mother said it's good. It's so good. Sugar. You're worse than that guy that made fun of me last night. Don't buy. Do this. I didn't even know they sell this stuff anymore. It's stam coloring. It's stam garbage. It's shahakal. The kids, it's not wine. Same thing. We're doing the same thing. You have a bunch of sediments on the bottom, and you pour water on it. But it's truma. Truma belongs to the kohen. So I just made a quick chart today because why not? By the way, this is sediments, right? You take this stuff and you pour water on it. So this is very, very simple. I just made it a little simpler than the Gemara, I think. Because the Gemara starts with truma, which is 2 times. You add water twice. I'm starting 1, 2, 3. That's it. There's 3 levels. Ma'aser Sheni is the least kadosh. So Ma'aser Sheni, we know, 4 years out of the 7 years of Shemitah, you bring your produce to Yerushalayim, you get to eat it, 10%. If not, you bring 10% of your money, you change it for money, you buy steaks over there. What if you have sediments of Ma'aser Sheni and you poured water on it and now you want to drink it? Well, it's Ma'aser Sheni. You have to drink it in Yerushalayim. You can't drink it in Bet Shemesh. But the second time it's mutter. Truma, which is a level above, you give it to the kohen. So 2 times. You put water, you drain it out, now you have a good drink. You pour water again, now it's a little weaker, drain it out. Now, the 3rd time it will be mutter. Sheni aser. Hegdish, wine that belongs to the Beis Hamikdash, that's already 3 times is aser. The 4th is mutter. Now, Reb Meir, I didn't put Reb Meir here, but Reb Meir is just 1 step on each one more. So, Ma'aser Sheni is Rishon, he says Sheni aser. Truma Sheni, he says Shlishi aser. Okay, let's see inside. Very simple. Shemarim shel Truma Rishon v'Sheni aser. It starts with Truma. Ushlishi mutter. I have to tell you this, mamish. Nobody's going to laugh, but I have to say it because why not? What happens when you step on a grape? It whines a little. Fine. Bishal Meiser. I knew that nobody's. It was time to get it out of my system. Bishal Meiser, what? It's okay. It's for the. Now the way you read it over here, Bishal Meiser, it's not Meiser Rishon because somebody last night was correcting me in middle shir. Bishal Meiser, which is Meiser Sheni, Rishon Aser, not Meiser Rishon Aser. Fishel Meiser, comma. What kind of Meiser we're talking about over here? Meiser Sheni, not Meiser Rishon. Meiser Rishon is what you give the Levi, 10%. Meiser Sheni is what you give yourself. Shel Meiser Rishon Aser, only the first batch of water is Aser Sheni Mutter. After that, you're allowed to drink it. Remeir Oimer, Av Sheni B'Noisen Tam. Remeir adds, no, the second batch is also a problem. Fishel Agdish, Shlishi Aser, Revi Mutter. Remeir Oimer, Av Revi B'Noisen Tam. Okay, so altogether, this is what it looks like. So you have Rishon, Sheni, Shlishi. So we're talking about Hegdish, the most chomer one on the bottom. 3 batches of water is usher for you to drink. The 4th one is mutter. Now we have a problem. A very simple problem. We just said 3 batches and the 4th is mutter. Hegdish, it says over here, it's always usher. Rishon Meiser, Loila mutter. We said Meiser. Here's a simple chart. On the right, Meiser Sheni, we said, only the first batch is Aser. And then on the bottom, we just said, Meiser Sheni is always mutter, never Aser, not even the first batch. What about Hegdish on the left? Hegdish, we said, oy vey, this is messed up. Ach, we had it good. Who changed it? Dave, you changed it yesterday. Somebody went in here and changed it. I said, no, this morning was okay. Wow. Okay. We have different people that get to edit stuff, and sometimes they don't have. No, the first Brisa says that Shlishi is also okay. You just have to change where it says Brisa Aleph and Brisa Beis. It's the reverse, but I don't know what he did here. Okay. Kashi Hegdish Hegdish Kashi Meiser Meiser. Says Gemara, simple answer. Hegdish Hegdish Lekashi Kam Gedish Leguf Kam Gedish Damim. Okay. Oy vey. Now my pictures don't add up. Why would somebody change it?
Just pretend it's right and it will be fixed in the end.
Okay. No, but you have to know. The whole box is wrong. Okay.
We can learn Gemara too.
Where it says Tamid Aser. Who said that?
The words are right here.
It's unfortunate. Then right after Rosh Hashanah, we're going to be down 3 people. You, and you. Anybody else want to get kicked out of the shir? Okay, Bryce Aleph. Okay, so when it's Lo'ilam Aser, when it's always Aser, it's because it goes for the Mizbeach. It's real Hegdish. It's Kedush Saguf. It's for Karbanos. It's wine set aside that you bring on top of the Mizbeach. Certain Karbanos, the Oila. You bring it with wine. That, I don't care how many times you pour water on it, also Kaddish. But Kedusha's Damim, it has a lesser degree of Kedusha because it's only Kaddish for its value. You could even redeem it and sell it and take the money and give it to Beis HaMikdash. So that 3 times, let's say. Meiser Nami Lo Kasha. Also, you had a Kasha about Meiser Sheni, Kamba Meiser Vadai. When it's Vadai, so then 1 time is also for you to use. Kamba Meiser Demai. What's Demai? Here, Da Mai. And then I just got a picture. Remember we had these Bachrim sitting in a restaurant in Lakewood? They made a chabur together and they're trying to get the chabur to enlarge the chabur. Here we go. They have the Amharitz sweatshirts. They actually, somebody sent me a picture of them in a restaurant walking around in Lakewood like this. So Givaldik. Do we sell this merch or they made it themselves?
You should sell them.
Yeah. I know, it should be with a logo. Don't be an Amaritz, start doing the daf, like do the daf, something like that. It should be Al-Kapanim, here's an Amaritz, the da. So when you're Amaritz and you try to sell something, even though most of the Amaritzim, they do give Trumas and Meisers, Truma for sure, Meiser we don't know, but maybe even Meiser. But Chacham made a gzeir on them that when you buy from them, well, over here we're not even talking about. Yeah, if it's Demai, so you get away with immediately drinking the shmar. You pour water on it, you can drink it right away. It's always mutter. Have a question for the olam. Does anybody know the idea, the words? I'm just going to say some words. Tell me what it means. Yain migitoi. First of all, what does it mean? What's the translation? Yain migitoi.
Wine you have to get a divorce.
Very good. Very good. Somebody buy him that Amaritz shirt. So, who said grape juice over here? The Shleima says grape juice. Anybody agree with him that Yayin Megita means grape juice? Huh? So I'll tell you what it means. Yayin Megita means literally the wine right off the press. The juice right off the press. But what does it mean? Does it mean grape juice? Or it means it's like on a stage closer. It's not wine, but it's almost wine. That's what I used to think. But it means grape juice, 100% grape juice. Okay. Omer Rabbi Yochanan. Mishum Rabbi Tzadok. Kederech she'amru le'inyan isuron, kach amru le'inyan hechsheron. Okay, so let's talk about hechsher tuma. Gewaldig, yeah, it's brought down in Shas many, many times. Let's kedai to see it again. In order for a fruit to become tamei, that if somebody who's tamei that touches it, the fruit becomes tamei. A kohen can't eat it, can't bring in basic, whatever, different things. It becomes tamei. What? No, people that are makbid on Tara. Yeah. So, if it's attached to a tree, it cannot become tamei. So it's locked from Tumah, it remains green. Even if it becomes wet, it doesn't matter. If a person that's tamei touches it, it remains tar. Once it's detached from the tree, a person who touches, a tamei that touches it, it remains tar. Until you do something called hechsher tumah. You have to pour water on it. And then once you pour water on it, now it's unlocked. It becomes purple. It's not tamei yet. Now, if a person that touches it, who's tamei, touches it, it turns red, it becomes tamei. But when it comes to water, you have to want the water to go on it. If it just rained on it, even though it's detached, that's not mokshel. You have to want it. Let's say you want the water to wash your car and it sprayed the apple, it's also considered as if you wanted it. It's not considered somebody else did it or it rained. Okay. Now when it comes to wine, it's very important. All 7 liquids, honey, dew, whatever, all 7 liquids, wine, blood, that touch the apple, make it mokshel l'kabel tumah. But wine is different than water. Wine, even without you wanting it to be wine or whatever, if the wine spills on the apple, it becomes mokshel l'kabel tumah. I don't need your das. Why? Because it says in the pasuk, first of all, v'chi yutan. Yutan, it should say with a vav. That's how you spell it. Yud vav taf nun. What's yutan? If you take away the nekudus in the Torah, if you're reading it, you'd say, if you got an aliyah, you probably correct the balkari. You'd say, hey, yitan, yitain. Doesn't say yutan. Yitain means I do it deliberately. Yutan means it happened by itself. So the Gemara explains that it means that it happened by itself, but you were happy with it. But guess what? It says v'chi yutan. Mayim. That's only by water. I need his das. I need his rotten. But when it comes to wine, that doesn't apply. Okay. Says Rabbi Yochanan, in the name of Rishim Beit Tzadok, that just like we described these 3 levels of wine, in other words, when it comes to Hegdish, if I pour water on the sediments 1 time, empty it out, drink it, 2 times, 3 times, in Hegdish, it's all wine. It's all usser. Why? Because it's wine. What happens on the 4th time? It's mutter. Why? Because it's not wine anymore. It's water. Oh. So now, let's talk about Hegdish. We'll make it easier. Hegdish. After 3 times, it's water. Before 3 times, it's wine. So when it comes to hechsher tumah on an apple, the first 3 times that I use Hegdish water in sediments, it's wine, and I don't need das. The 4th time, I need das. Why? Because the 4th time it's already water. Yes? You with me? Who's not with me? Get out. Hechsher in the might. Hechsher in the might. So ask the Gemara, well, it doesn't make any sense. Eat the maya, what? Water is enough to be machshel kabel tuma. Eat the chamra, if it's wine, achshuri. He reminds me, Maisa Shahaya. A real story. In your zchusim, you're going to say Gevaldik Maisa. Maisa Shahaya. A guy was becoming Bal Tshuva, and the guy that was being mashpia on him, that was getting him into it, set him up for a meal somewhere. few minutes later, this guy that's almost about Shuva comes knocking on the door. He says, what are you doing here? He says, they kicked me out. They kicked you out? He says, yeah. What happened? What happened was that the Bava Basra was making Kiddush, and he says, he looks at this guy who's coming about Shuva, he says, you want to make your own Kiddush? Or you want to be mighty you? So he thought, be mighty you means that he should leave. So he left. Mazel Shaya. In Hebrew. אתה רוצה שאני אוציא אותך? He said, in Hebrew, אתה רוצה שאני אוציא אותך? You want me to, he got insulted. He got up and left. I hope you didn't take it the wrong way, Judah. I was being serious. Leave. Oh, so what's going on here? If it's water, it's water. If it's wine, it's wine. But they're both capable of being machshir tumah. Says the Gemara, you know what happened? It rained. He had no idea. So water fell. Rainwater. It's not something that it happens on its own, and that's what he used later on to make it to add it to the sediments. As the Gemara, just what's going on here? Even the koshakal, if he lifted up the rain, let's say he has this barrel of rainwater, he lifts it up, puts it into the sediments. As soon as he did that, that means he wants it to happen. Again, there's no difference between water and wine at this point. The water, he wanted it. How do I know he wanted it? Because he poured it into the sediments. And the wine, you don't need to want. No, he had sediments in his backyard. That night it rained. He had no idea. He didn't want it to rain. And it rained on the sediments. So now you have wine, you have water that he doesn't want. And since he doesn't want, it's not machshel kabel tumah. If you pour that water on an apple, it's not going to become tummy. But wine will. So now we have enough community between wine and if it's the fourth time, then it's water and it's not machshel kabel tumah. Why? The fourth time happened through the rain. So it's water. And water is not kabel tumah, is not machshel kabel tumah. But if it was wine, if it's the third time in Hegdish, then it's wine. And wine is machshel kabel tumah. As the Gemara, the kivin, the konogit kamo. Wait a minute. We see this guy. What's his deal? Every time it fills up with water, he goes and drains it out and drinks it. So that means he wants water on his sediments. So if it rained at night, so he wants the rain to fall on his sediments. This is what he's been doing. How do we get to 3 times? 3 times means every time it fills up with water, it seeps there, then he drains it out and drinks it. Okay, so he wants it. So if he wants it, that means it's not regular water. It's water that he had das, and it has the ability to be machshir l'kabel tumah, the apple. Amar Papa, I have a case where water is different than wine. Wine, I don't need his rotzen and his das. Water, I do. How do you have water without das? If it's rainwater, the guy wanted it because he drained it out 3 times. The answer is he didn't drain it out 3 times. It was drained out by itself 3 times. How? An animal drained it out. Here we have a picture. Actually, more than a picture. A video here. Here's a barrel with sediments on the bottom. It's kind of empty. Look what happens. It rains and then it's going to fill up. You see, it's starting to fill up. Fill. Oh, yishmak. Now that it's full, comes a cow 3 times. I'm not going to show this 3 times, okay? He drinks it. Look, it goes down. Yishmak. He drinks it all up. Okay. Ari, you see, sometimes you do need these things. Otherwise, you wouldn't understand. Yeah, now you understand. So, Biparsha shows the Rishon. So again, what happened? A cow drank. It rained. You're right. He had no das. He had no idea. The cow drank from the barrel 3 times. It rained again. The cow drank it. It rained again 3 times. This Hegdish. It's all Hegdish on the bottom. The sediment is Hegdish. The 4th time it rained. Now it's water. It has hatzlacha of water because the 4th time you're allowed to drink it. Has a lot of water. And we have water that he did not intend to put in the barrel. Why? Because it rained. And he never removed the first 2-3 times, so he really didn't intend. So now you have this water, and you spray it on an apple, it's not machshel kabel tuma. But if it was wine, it would be machshel kabel tuma. Here's the case. That's the best case we can come up with. Amar Zuter, Bartevia Amarav. Ishmak sugya. Says Rav, Ein oimrim kiddush hayoim elo alayayin haroi linosich al gabi hamizbeach. You hear this? So when we do kiddush, it's a statement. Then all of a sudden we see it's not 100% like he's saying. It's a very strong statement. You cannot make kiddush unless it's wine that goes on top of a mizbeach. It's so good, this wine, you could actually bring it on the mizbeach. Limud mai. What's wine that cannot go on a mizbeach? Ilema yayin megitoy. Oh, what's yayin megitoy, Rabbi Yisai? Grape juice. Yeah. Where is it? Yayin megitoy. So if somebody asks you what yayin megitoy is, you know. So last night, Shalom Kinori comes into the shir towards the end of the shir, and I try to convince him to come to Daf Yomi. I've been trying for a year. So he comes here, and I said, Rabbi, I tried to get him to come to Daf Yomi, and the guy Yerushalmi says, no, this guy doesn't need Daf Yomi. He's good without it. He says, hello, yeah. What's yayin megitoy? He says, grape juice, right off the press. I was like, okay, forget it. You don't need Daf Yomi. Okay, thought I got him. In front of everybody. Vatani Rebekah. If you think it's grape juice, Vatani Rebekah, Yai Megitoy Lo Yavi. Do not bring grape juice on the Mizbeach. Vimhevi kosher. But if you did bring, after the fact, you brought grape juice on the Mizbeach, kosher. Why should you not bring grape juice on the Mizbeach? Look what it says in the pasuk. We say everybody knows this pasuk. Minisker Revi Sahin Lakeves Achad, Bakoidesh, Haseich Nesech Sheichar. Wine that could make you drunk. It can't be grape juice. It has to be wine that makes a person drunk. That's what you bring on the Mizbeach. The Torah tells you. Do not bring grape juice. So l'chayr it should be pasul. No, it's not pasul because there's different halachas. How do you make something pasul? If the Torah doesn't repeat it twice, kivin shechaz whatever chayzer whatever the lashon is. What? Shon v'chazer. What? Shon v'lakaz. Okay. Shon v'lakaz v'lakaz. Very good. Shkoyach. Something like that. So. Or that. The grape juice, if you put it on after the fact, it is okay. So the Gemara makes a wild svara over here. If for the Mizbeach, after the fact, grape juice is okay, so it's 100% lechatchila good on your Shabbos table. It's like Dailovim and Adin Lios Kenidin kind of thing. Okay. But the Gemara, what? It's ignoring diet. Yeah, it's ignoring diet. Right. The Mizbeach is unbelievable kedusha, and grape juice is okay after the fact. So Mela, how do I know it's okay before the fact? I don't know. It's a jump. It's a little bit of a jump. Fine. V'kivin the mehevi kosher anana filu lechatchila nami. Then I can bring it on. I can make kiddush on it lechatchila do amarava. Soichid adam eshkol shelanovim v'oimer olav kiddush hayoim. You could squeeze out grapes and make kiddush on it. So that's what Reb Nachman said, that if you're stuck in India or Pakistan, just go to the market, buy grapes, squeeze them out. All you need is a revius, 4 ounces, whatever it is, whatever revius is. Amazing, because even last night somebody said this. Are you allowed to squeeze grapes on Shabbos to make kiddush? Huh? It says in the Gemara, "Soichet adam eshkol shelanovim v'omer olav kiddush Hashem." Right? But there are people that made this mistake. Yes, to the point that Reb Chaim Na in the Sefer writes, "Osur lischot anovim b'Shabbos for kiddush," and they asked him, "Why did you say it?" He says, "Because this Gemara." But yesterday, a guy in the shir said, "Why not? He's making kiddush," and I had to explain to him. Yeah, but he's for the mitzvah. Mitzvah baba veira. Okay, and sponsored by Yaakov Citron. You're lucky, Yaakov. I check on you every day to see if you're here. If you're not here, I'm going to take it back. And the 6 hostages that were killed a few weeks ago, the neshamas should have an aliyah. What? Who? Oh, Aaron Hirsch. No, let's see Aaron Hirsch. You want to put him on for a second? Aaron Hirsch. He got me a gift that I use every single day. come out every day when I use the treadmill and I use his tablet. He got me an art scroll tablet. It also has the regular Gemara, by the way. It's gewaldic. You don't have to. It's for me. It's unbelievable. So Yishkoyach Gadol, Reb Aaron, how's Uman doing? You putting together shear over there or something? He knows how to unmute. He's a big boy. He knows how to do it. And obviously, we're having. Oh, here we go. Adoilim Schlafing. Oh, you're in a bus. You're that annoying passenger that does FaceTime with his wife when everybody's sleeping. I know that guy. Yeah. People don't realize how loud it is. You literally, the whole plane hears you.
6 hours to get at the border.
Oh, he's 6 hours at the border. We know about that. Those hours. Yeah. Okay. So listen, have hatzlacha, and if you could get a shirt together, it would be great. All right, daven for everybody. Zog the Gemara. Soichet adam eshkol shalal novim va'omer olav kiddush hayoyim. Velo. Oh, so Memela says mefurish, you're allowed to use grape juice for kiddush. Now, okay, I'll say it in a second. First of all, just to throw it out there, lechatchila. For Kiddush, you should be using wine. Even for Havdalah, it's better to use wine than grape juice. Azoyas. Don't argue. That's it. Oh, Hiddur. Right, okay, that's a better word. Hiddur. The Mahadir. What about Havdalah? I think they don't use Lashon Lechatchila. Okay, it's a Hiddur. Fine, we'll use the Lashon Hiddur. It's better to use wine. Preferred, if you can. Okay. What the halacha I want to tell you is this Rashbam over here. Rashbam dira maskal yain koises. We could do it then, but I'm thinking about it now, and it fits in with grape juice. Says the Rashbam, you see yain koises? It's like 15 lines down. Who yain and nimker b'chanus? He's talking about this is the sugi that we learned, wine that doesn't smell very good but it tastes great. Upasalu. It's possible. It's possible for the mizbeach. Why is it possible for the mizbeach? The loy have a sheikhar, because right now it's not wine; it's spoiling. V'loy, this is the key here. V'loy roi liyoy sheikhar, and it's not going to be wine ever. Ki yain migitoy the soifoy mia liyoy sheikhar. Grape juice has the potential to be wine. It could be wine tomorrow. And memela today it's mutter. It's like kol haroy lebila in bila makeves. Right now you have grape juice. It can be wine. So here's the big shaila. The big question is, what about grape juice that we use today that has all these different things in it and it's boiled and they put in and they pasteurize it and they add chemicals to it, different things, and you probably cannot make wine out of it. What if you cannot make wine out of it? You think if you left a bottle of Kedem grape juice out there, it gets rotten. It doesn't become wine. Over here, the Rashbam says that it has to have the ability to become wine. Okay, it's a nidoin. Maybe that's why it's better l'chatchila to use wine than that kind of grape juice. I don't know. Anyway. Mitzvah min ha-mufchor. Mitzvah min ha-mufchor. You hear mitzvah min ha-mufchor. Fine. To me that means l'chatchila, but okay, it's not l'chatchila. What?
At least 40 days.
At least 40 days old. Mitzvah min ha-mufchor. Is that a lashon l'chatchila? I don't know. No, it's not a lashon l'chatchila. Not a lashon. Psak is, you're right. It's not a lashon l'chatchila. Mitzvah min ha-mufchor. Okay. Interesting. Rabbi Yisrael Salanter says a very interesting thing. You have two people. Think about this. It's a riddle. Two people come up to Shemayim. They both have 10 million mitzvahs and 500 averas. They both have the same exact mitzvahs and averas. One will be Zakai Bedin and one not. Why? Says Rabbi Yisrael Salanter, based on the potential that they have. In other words, if HaKadosh Baruch Hu sees that a guy is on the up, he had a great year, he's learning every day, he's doing mitzvahs, this, that. You're right, he has the same amount as the other guy, but the other guy's on a down. So Lefi's potential, Rabbi Yisrael Salanter says, HaKadosh Baruch Hu's down people, Lefi, where they're heading, not where they're holding, but where they're heading. Okay? Potential. Zog the Gemara. We have to finish up very soon because we have to do slichas. Let's say you take wine from the top, which has like flour. It's like yeast. Here, I found one picture finally. Where was it? Right over here. Like this white stuff. That's not good for the mizbeach. Lo yavi. Mishuleh means the sediments on the bottom. Vimhevi kosher, and if you do bring it, it's kosher. Ve'ela limud yain kushi. So maybe I'm coming to exclude black wine, boyrek, white wine, hilistein, very sweet wine, shalmarteif. This is wine that you just take out of the cellar without even checking. Now, out of 100 barrels, we said 10 barrels could be rotten. It's off, and you even pay for that. So don't bring wine like that to the Beis Hamikdash. Shatzimukim, raisin wine. We really don't have a lot of time here, so I'm not going to go through all these videos. But you can watch while I'm talking. Vatanya, bekulan layavi v'mhevi kosher. So we have the same shaila that we had before. You should not bring raisin wine to the Beis Hamikdash. But if you brought it by mistake or the evet, it's okay. So certainly it's good for kiddush. So okay, whatever. It comes to exclude wine that doesn't smell good, but it tastes good. Mazug, it is mixed with water. Megula, it is open. And what's the problem with megula? Perhaps snake came and put the venom in there. Vishel shmarim and sediment wine. Visharechira. This, Rabbi said, I'm not going to show you. I did a thing yesterday. I'm just going to show you the video real quickly, unfortunately, because we ran out of time. Let me just show you. Where's that video? Here. Do it real quick because we don't have. I would love to do it. Rechira, because here's the question. We just spoke about rechira. It smells like vinegar, and it tastes good. So what does rechira mean? This is rechira. Rabbi, I'll show you what rechira is. He just took this out of the bathroom. No, for listen, for demonstration purposes, it's mutter. There's water on the bottom. It's really gross. I wish I could speed this up because we're mamish running out of time. Okay, no, you didn't get it. When you see it, you're going to get it. What do you think? Are you sugar? You pay me if you pay seriously. If you pay me $100,000, I would not drink out of that thing. Okay, 50 I would also.
זה קידוש השבת, זה עכשיו כן, ככה. מה אתם מסתכלים? אני רוצה להראות לכם מה זה.
What? This is the first time because I'm running out of time. We have to do slichos, and Menachem Mateh is going to kill me after shir.
זה... תבין. מה אני לא עושה לשיעור? אתם לא מבינים. טוב, עכשיו... עכשיו, אתה רוצה להריח? זה ריח ששירותים קצת, לא הרבה. עושים ככה. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם בורא פרי הגופן.
For the shir, you got to do stuff for the shir. That's rechira. Okay. So not. Dave said it's here. We could show you. Dave said that he was on Zoom and he noticed that 20 people left. He wasn't sure if there's no. But what happened was I bought it brand new. Washed it out. Okay. It's mutter here.
Such a thing would not be mutter to make.
It says over here rechira. I'm explaining what the rechira is. I just explained what rechira is. I could have done it here live. I thought it's going to take more time.
Probably us to do that. If
Grossing people.
If someone leaves before, they know.
But the guys in Lakewood, they really appreciate it and they're chazik them. Okay. The Sanya Bekulan, hold on. It's 8 o'clock. We got to do slichas. Bekulan, I got to finish all this in 30 seconds. The Sanya Bekulan Loyavi, don't bring this toilet bowl wine to the Beis Hamikdash. V'im hevi, pasul. It's pasul. Limute mai. Now, okay, we just have a whole list of things that are usher, but what can't you make kiddush on? Let's think about it. Each one. If it's talking about the wine that you can't bring to Beis Hamikdash because it smells like vinegar, but it tastes good. Plug to the Riach of Rabbi Shua ben Levi. We had that yesterday. According, it's either shahakol or hagofen. We passing that shahakol. Okay, fine, but ilimute mazug. What are we passing like? We're passing like chachamim. I don't remember anymore. So scratch that. Ilimute mazug. And if it's coming to exclude something wine that you added water to it, 3 parts water. Aliyah, it's not good for the mizbeach. Why? Because it's a possible. But for the kiddush, adirab, it's better for kiddush to have water in it. You can't drink it without the water. When you're doing birkas hamazon on a becher, on wine, you can't even use it if it doesn't have water. You need water. So it's better to have water. For the mizbeach, it's not okay. But for kiddush, it's better. Elamai, ilamuti megula, you're going to say it comes to exclude wine that is revealed, was left open. Sakanahi, so you can't use it for kiddush. So you're going to say, but today we don't have snakes. Peladig thing, I said it in shir, we don't have snakes. The Vilna Gaon says, even if we don't have snakes, we still have a problem of megula because there's other sakanas that the Gemara didn't mention. Like everything else he said in the Gemara, even if it doesn't apply today, it does apply today. Yaakov Shafnes, who's Baruch Shafnes' brother, who's sitting right over there, so you could ask him if it's true. He had a snake yesterday. There's a picture yesterday in his house, and this looks like a really dangerous snake. Actually, I'm not a mumch in snakes, but it looks poisonous to me. I don't know what that is. So, but he lives in the Moshav next to Ramat Bet Shemesh, and this was in Dave Sharfman's building yesterday. And Dave Sharfman's sitting right over here. There's a non-poisonous snake. So we do have snakes here in Bet Shemesh, and Megula could be a problem, especially if you live on the first floor.
Do you want to bring one in?
I do, but not now. I said you missed an opportunity. You should have brought it in. And if it's wine with sediments, the case that I showed in the beginning of this year. Put 3 bottles of water, now came 4. We said it's perfect for kiddush. And if it's 3.5, Ella, it's a machlokes. That's how we started shir. It's the toilet bowl water, your wine. That you cannot make kiddush on. No, you can't make kiddush wine that was uncovered. So remember, if you pour your wine and you want it to ear out, you want to ear out, and you walk out of the room, problematic. Discussing how long do you leave the room and it becomes us to make kiddush on it. Remember that. It happens all the time. People ear out they'll fill up a cup of wine and they go to shul. Come back 2 hours later. Now it's geschmack tastes good, but it's megula. It might be problematic halachically to make kiddush on it. Because the thing is, he threw it through a drainer here like this, a strainer, and according to Reb Nechemia, you're allowed to use it. Afilu hachi, you're allowed to. Hakrivei no lefechosecha. This is a yisoid in all of the Torah. Hakrivei no lefechosecha. What does that mean? What the taiches? Would you bring this to your governor? If you had to give a gift to your mayor, would you give him a gift that's nasty that you just? It might have had. If you want to give wine to your magichir, we give him an open cup that you put through a few misanes and also went through the toilet bowl or whatever. No, you give him a nice closed bottle. So nice closed bottle. Do not buy me wine, please, Bemis. I'm asking. Just get me a guide to the shir. You think he's gonna appreciate it? He's gonna look at you. So that's a problem in all of Torah. I guess we're gonna have to stop short here. Rabbi Sai, have a wonderful day.